going line now. Give us an Oh Manchester.
Welcome, 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 welcome. We're
Hello.
live. We're live. This is not a.
Oh Manchester. It's full of shit. Oh Manchester. It's full of shit. They're full of shit. Shit and more shit. Oh
Okay.
Manchester. It's
Get it in.
full of shit. Oh
Get it in.
Manchester.
Right now, you bitches! Oh
Hey
man.
guys.
Oh man. This is destruction day. This is.
Oh man.
Um,
Oh, I missed it.
okay, I have a song. Glory, glory, disunited. Glory, glory, disunited. Glory, glory,
Glory
disunited. And
united. And the
Liverpool
Reds
smashed
still
them up.
marching on.
Oh, this guy's a dickhead. I am still pissed. I am still angry. This man is singing glory, glory, disunited. This guy is singing glory, glory, disunited. He's Liverpool fan.
I got my man.
Team is shit, bro. You know your
Take some Five Alive.
Liverpool fans are singing, "We want you to stay. We want you to stay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we want you to stay." This is fucked up. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I have some Five Alive. I have some Five Alive. I have some Five Alive. I have some Five Alive and calm down.
To being on a sexual, like Ole,
Yeah.
he's my king, man. I love this guy. Like I love him.
He gave us memories that we've never had,
I think
memories that we probably never see again.
it's a deep personal connection. Like I love this guy. I love him.
Oh my.
Oh
goodness.
man. Otto, how are you?
Okay.
Happy to be able to see my team not perform the way I wanted, but hey, we won. It doesn't matter, right? We won the Classico. Another one.
At least you didn't get smashed 5-0. At least you didn't get smashed 5-0.
Honestly,
I held
Could have been
five.
more. Could have been more.
Honestly, just to put a pause on this, it is a competition. And we feel, we are in the middle of the competition. There are more games to come. There's a lot of changes that needs to be done.
Man,
But for respect,
I'm leaving, bro. This guy is telling me
for respect to my brothers right here,
I don't want to be.
I don't want to make a comment because one day we have fight as well.
Okay.
And today
Yeah.
we show improve.
Let me
So
jump
don't
in.
worry about it.
Let me jump in and introduce everybody. Welcome. I had to let the banter and the raw emotions happen. We are live. Welcome to Footy Fantasy. As you're
By the way,
joining,
it's also a
doing this,
storm here in San Francisco, so sorry if you hear a lot of rain sounds.
no
I've
problem.
walked outside to stand in the middle of this storm just so I can roast Manchester United.
As you're
I
watching
won't
this,
do that.
please,
I won't do that. I respect my brother. I won't do
YouTube,
that.
Footy Fantasy.
I have no
like-
respect. Zero respect. Terrible team, awful manager. Shitty Ronaldo, bullshit tackles.
Ouch.
Like, share, and
Ouch.
subscribe. Let me introduce everybody. Of course, Linger, she's back again, from last week.
For like
Liverpool
3 minutes.
I hate her guts. Somebody kick her out. I don't like her.
Ola, part of the team. I know you're delighted. You say you are in seventh heaven. You're dreaming.
No, I'm just sipping on Five Alive. I'm not in
Five
7-7. No.
This guy's a dickhead.
Oga Kwame is back.
Oh my
He has
God.
drafted. Check out his match reaction, guys. Check out his match reaction. It's ridiculous.
The toast, my friends, the toast.
And Real Madrid fan, of course. You guys won the Classico today. Congrats, 2-1. Otto, thanks for joining us. Where do we
Thank you
start?
for the invite.
Where do we start? Let me start with Linger because I have a feeling she will not be on here for long.
Right? Because I have to go back into the
Excuse
bar.
me.
Yeah.
He already started, dude. He
Yes,
already
yes,
started.
yes.
I just want to say hello. I want to be like, how are you? How's your spirit? Like,
Very considerate. Yeah.
Being an homosexual has never felt so incredible. Gotta be honest. Yeah, you guys really suck. I didn't think it would be this bad, to be fair. Last week when we talked,
Yeah.
it was like 3-1. Like, you never know. But actually, we always knew.
So, quick analysis, quick thoughts about the game. What are your thoughts about the game?
Quick analysis. Not even at our best, we were incredible. Mo really did way more than I even dreamed he would do in this game. United decided to go to dirty tactics, a lot of tackles on our most made of glass player, Naby Keita, which is kind of annoying. It could have been 2 reds, it could have been 3 reds. At the end of the day, it was 5-0. I'm really happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but I want to hear from the angry man before I go.
You want to hear from me?
The angry man, tell me some thoughts, man. We met last week.
Okay, that's true. Okay, Kwame. Let's do that for balance. Okay, Kwame, what are your thoughts about this game? We know your match reaction is out there. Please watch the match reaction, but what are your live thoughts about it?
Oh my God, I saw it, but I had to get on the pod. I was like, I need to watch this fast.
Well, it's difficult to analyze a game when there was no match. It's difficult to call that game a football match because by definition, a match is supposed to be a matchup of 2 teams.
Yeah.
There was only 1 team in that game today. And
weren't they amazing?
Shout out to, I don't know if Yemi is watching. Shout out to Yemi after we played against, I believe it was Everton or Aston Villa. He told me about why our 2 center backs are always getting attacked. And it is the spine of the team. The spine of the team constitutes the center backs, the center mids, and the attacking mid. There's a reason the goal is in the middle of the pitch. At the very least I expect from a football team is for you to be strong in the middle. You can give up 1 wing. You can even give up both wings, but be very strong in the middle. I saw nothing but a limp dick in that midfield.
Oh dear.
Bro, let me tell you, that midfield needed Viagra today because it was soft. It was soft as hell. It was soft as a destroyed plantain. It was soft like a baby's bottom. That midfield had nothing about it. Fred and McTominay, when Keita got that ball, Ayo, I don't know if you were watching closely.
You
should have noticed the first attack Liverpool built up from the back. It led to the first goal.
Right.
It led to the first
Simples. Easy
Robertson,
peasy.
and we're gone. Our players have no spatial awareness. They are not spatially aware. They are always distracted away from the player or from the space. It always happens. And that is what pisses me off. We always concede the same kinds of goals. 3 of those 5 goals today were identical.
Yeah.
So when you say analysis, there was no match. There was no match today. I'm done, Brampton, bro. I'm done.
Okay. I've got to go. I just need to hear that.
She was just waiting for that.
I honestly was. Yeah. I mean, you're all terrible. You know. So a lot of love. I pray for Ole. Like he's my king. I love him.
No. Kick her out.
Stay with us forever. All right. Cheers.
You never walk alone.
Oh my God, I hate that girl. I hate that woman.
Let me take comments. Then I'll let Ola talk. Let me take comments. Peter says, take the drums away. What's that? United? I agree. Those drums suck. They didn't drum well.
Oh, okay. They didn't drum well. But we drummed your asses, man. We drummed your asses. 5 goes to nil.
You guys did not even use Vaseline. You guys did not even use lube. Oh.
And the funny thing, what Oga Kwame is saying there about having a spine, to show how dominant we were, we didn't even use Fabinho today. Fabinho, who is our lighthouse, that's what we call him, our lighthouse in the middle. He's the guy that controls the middle of the pack. He was not even in the team today. And then Mane, we even put Mane on the bench. And then we put in a young lad who was making his debut in the Premier League and just said, okay, go there and just chill out. You know, it's Old Trafford. You're going to keep a clean sheet. They're not going to do anything. That shows the kind of disrespect we even showed you guys. Mane not playing, Fabinho not playing, and putting our best centre back the second best centre back, putting him on the bench. Matip was on the bench, and Gomez was on the bench. And we just threw in a young lad. I just said, okay, just go and enjoy yourself. It was in my wildest dreams. Like I never thought it could be that easy. I was saying to Ayo just before.
Let me take
okay.
Comments quickly. Let me finish comments. Kenneth says, Oga Kwame, hold your head high. I think he is. For the first time, I feel your pain. Wow, for the first time.
Really, for the first time? This is 3 years. 3 years, and for the first time, you feel my pain. Bro, oh my God. I can't believe
of the match. Only for being so poor. For being so poor. I had to laugh for me. Go and sit down, Dada. We know your team is okay. Someone is honey. Where are the okay. I'll finish your let me add the
I just quickly okay. I just quickly going to round up. Yeah. So regarding the match, it's Josh. Okay, Josh is joining us. So I was just saying, we didn't even have our strongest team out, but man, to be honest, I used to have a bit of sympathy for your man. I'll be like, okay, you guys are too harsh on him, but man, there's no sympathy to be had for that guy today. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what he was thinking, trying to press Liverpool when you're not a pressing team. I don't know what he was thinking, leaving Pogba out, at least somebody who could control the ball. There was nobody holding on to the ball for you in midfield. Midfield was non-existent, non-existent midfield. I don't know. He deserves no sympathy. He deserves all the abuse you guys are going to give him tonight. He deserves it all because you can't be losing 5-0 to your biggest rivals at home and think things are okay. No, things are not okay, man. Definitely not. Because I don't think in my lifetime I'll ever see Liverpool win 5-0 again at Old Trafford. I don't think it's going to happen again. You can beat your rivals, but no, not like this. Not like this. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Ayo, before you go to Joshua, I just want to say one thing real quick, and I want Ola and Otto to tell us what they think about this. Remember, after we won against Atalanta during the week, right? Remember, we were 2-0 down at halftime in that game, and the United fans booed the manager and they booed the players off the field. Do you know what this coach said after the game? It's like those fans that were booing, they need to do better. They know better. They should have not been booing the players, right?
Look, I have an opinion. I have an opinion about this.
What would you do?
I have an opinion about this. Okay, it's football, and you can expect it not just because you won a Champions League game will guarantee that you're gonna win your competition in your own house and on the weekend or a few days later. You never know. Football is football. It's how the tactics. I never like to give the blame on the coach, but in this case, from the beginning of you see the lineup, you already know there's an error. How are you going to have a Cavani? If Cavani can help you, all right, if you put him in the second half, it's because you think he's going to help you, but you're going to put him in that second half when you're already losing 4-0? Dude, the mentality of the player that is coming from the bench, especially in this case, Pogba. You're going to put Pogba from the bench. What Pogba is thinking, he's already mad. Pogba is not going to go with the mentality that, I'm going to help you to come out of this huge hole that I am. Pogba is mad. He's just thinking, you put me there because you want to take care of the guy that is on the spot. So you put me in there just to fill up the spot so he can rest, and you want to take care of that guy. So Pogba mentality is like, you didn't count on me from the beginning, so now you want me to help you?
Yeah.
That I already knew this guy was gonna go. Pogba is usually like that. Every time Ronaldo's the same way. When Ronaldo is frustrated, he starts kicking and stuff because their mentality is completely different. So, in my opinion, the head coach messed up on the lineup. With a team of the level of Liverpool, you cannot play like this.
Yeah.
You gotta give competition. Because
So,
if you
you know
start
what?
a game like that, you're already losing from the beginning.
So,
That's
can
my
you guys
opinion.
hear me? Can you guys hear me right now?
Yep.
Yeah,
I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. It's not as professional. I do apologize. We stayed at the pub. We had to drink our sorrows away, so I do apologize.
Hope it's tasting good. Hope it's tasting good.
Can we replay what Paul Scholes said midweek? Paul Scholes said, Try that against Liverpool, and you'll be out of the game at halftime.
Yes.
Exactly what Rio was being a fan. Rio was trying to shut Paul Scholes up, but guess what? Sky Sports used to call Rio Ferdinand and say, "Yo, remember that conversation we had midweek? You cannot." Ole at the end of Atalanta, Ole said, "We think we played well. I think we played well in the first half. That's a disaster already." Then he picks the exact same team that got destroyed in the first half. You know what I mean? I was a little upset. I was a little upset that Pogba came on in the second half. It was so unfair. I feel like that Ronaldo challenge, if that was not a red card, why are you giving Pogba a red card? He got most of the ball. Yeah, it was a bad tackle. Don't get me wrong.
That was a red. No, dude.
Don't get me wrong. It
That
was
was
a
a
bad
red card.
tackle.
No, that was a red card.
There
That
was
was
a
a
red
red
card, but why was the Ronaldo one not a red card? Because that was
Yeah, Ronaldo kicked the ball.
that was intense.
In the referee's mind, Ronaldo kicked the ball. They kicked the ball on the guy.
We'll let that slide. We'll let that slide. I felt bad. With that. You know what I mean? But it shows you where we are as a club, and I'm just so happy. You know, Ola, you said that. You know what I mean? Remember how we were slating Ole, and you thought we were just being mean. What you said is what a lot of United fans have been echoing now for the last couple of weeks. You know, I had a guy today. I had an argument with him last week during the game. You know, I was talking about why is Maguire starting over Bailly, and he was like, "Oh, you're a little extreme. You're a little extreme. It's whatever." But today he said, "You know what, Josh? I've respected Ole this much, but this game broke me." And I think that's what's happening right now. People are beginning to see that it's not sustainable anymore. This is not sustainable football. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, against Leicester City, when Rashford scored that goal, I was happy for Rashford, especially coming back after an injury. I was happy for Rashford, but I did not celebrate that goal. And then within a minute, Leicester City scored the third goal. Atalanta, 2 goals up, disaster. We come back. Ronaldo clutch. I was happy for the team, happy for the players, but I wasn't happy with the result. And Ole saying those players that were booing him, he's right to say that. Don't boo the players, boo him. You know what I mean? He's right to say that. Don't boo the players because the players have kept us top 3, and we finished third place 2 seasons ago. Finished second place last season. Everything is about context. Everything about context. And this season is the first season since COVID that everyone is on the same playing field now. Everyone is healthy. People have preseasons and are ready to go. And I said it. We've all said it on this channel. You know, Mr. Kwame has said it on this channel too. It's not sustainable football. So I'm relaxed. I'm stress free. I'm having a good time. We're drinking right now. Just to, you know what I mean? Just to forget it.
Yeah, just have 5 drinks.
I love my
5
club.
drinks for you tonight. 5 drinks.
Having a good time?
And shout out to Real Madrid, though. You guys had a good game today. Shout out to Real Madrid, too.
No. But you're not having a good time, man. Come on.
Before we move on, I'm going to drop my own comments. You know, then we'll go to. Is there any point talking about man of the match? I don't think there's any point. We already know the man of the match is. But comment said, "Wow, we are really missing a gorgeous Liverpool fan
Is
right
that
now."
Lingard?
No, that's Bola. That's Bola.
Oh, that's Bola. Okay.
Hey, Bola, if you want to jump on, I'll send you the link. If you want to jump on Bola, I'll send you the link. Let me know. I'll send you the link so I can jump on. These are my thoughts about this. Everybody already knows what most people who join this channel, everybody on here know my thoughts on social. I said it ad nauseum. I said it beginning of the season. And at least I think I tried to give a balanced view. I've always said he has done well taking us to this point. But I said at the beginning of the season when we were doing preseason podcast, I said he was our best signing. We had a discussion. I said our best signing this season was to move on the manager and get a better manager. I said at the beginning of the season, just because of the fact that it was clear that he had hit his ceiling. He clearly overperformed in that second position. Kudos to him. He clearly overperformed. It was very clear that he overperformed last season, just because of the situation with Chelsea and the situation with Liverpool, the injuries. And because literally, what we are where we are with social now, we have gotten our Lampard moment. When Lampard hit his ceiling, when they got more players, it clearly showed, and Chelsea moved him on quickly. They didn't waste time. They didn't let it deteriorate too much. They moved him on. Social has hit his ceiling. It's been clear for me personally since last season, just because of the fact that I clearly was seeing that the approach tactically was not sustainable. I kept saying it, like this approach where you just want to counter and rely too much on the players to figure things out is going to, a lot of teams are going to figure it out, apart from the top four teams, right? Every other team are watching, like there's a lot of data analysis. People have seen what Manchester United are trying to do. People have seen it. And they say, oh, so what you guys are doing, okay, so what we are going to do to counter it. And he hasn't reacted. His only reaction is buying better players. That's not going to work. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. You have to have structural patterns of play. It's very, very important at this level of football. It's very important because teams are just sitting back. Well, the teams that are better than us are just attacking us because they know that, okay, these guys are weak. They just feel like putting two DMs. That's not just the space, the gaps are there. The teams that we have more talent than are just sitting back. They are sitting back and they're hitting us because they already know that structurally there's no pattern. And the problem people always forget is, if I want to dive deeper into this, when you are building up football play and you build up incorrectly, you are leaving yourself open to counter attack. And that's the case of Manchester United. We try to build up, they press us. People press us and get the ball back easily. Even when they don't press us, when they win the ball back in midfield, because we're just building up, there's no positional pattern of how we build up play. We are so open to. We are so open. There's a reason why Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City build up football the way they build up, so that when they lose the ball, because you lose the ball at some point, you're not just wide open like I-10 Expressway.
Yeah.
It's very obvious when you see them play. But like Manchester United, like I-10 Expressway every time. And this is exactly what's happening to Chelsea. Anybody that remember under Lampard, this was what was happening to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Anytime you lose the ball, like Expressway, they had N'Golo Kante for crying out loud. N'Golo Kante is probably one of the best DMs, box-to-box destroyers in the world. It wasn't working. So this idea that we keep thinking is lack of DM is a myth, guys. It's a big myth. If you bring a DM, you get found out consistently because the coaching is not good enough for this level.
Yeah.
To get us here.
I remember this not just started today or this week or this month. I've been talking about with you for almost 2 years, and you keep telling me the decision this head coach is making. It's just like your guy has been complaining about this guy forever.
Yeah.
So do y'all need to get to that point, losing 5-0 and embarrassing? Not just the 5-0, embarrassing. To have completely destroyed. Destroy is small word. It's just no competitors. They show like that. That was a shame. So your guys have been calling this up. So who in the management of the team don't see this? I just cannot get that.
So you know what? So just to jump in, I think a lot of the Ola in people needed this game. You know what I mean? It's like you always have to wait for it to be dire, for it to like be the worst. Why do we have to wait till the ship sinks before we make a decision? We knew this game was coming. At some point, last season we got lucky with all the last minute goals. But at some point, the luck dries up. Even today, we hit the crossbar twice. But the luck was just not there, right?
Correct.
I always equate this to a relationship. I equate this to a relationship with the United fan base who likes Ole and believe in the process. And I always say it. You're like that, in a toxic relationship whereby everybody around you knows this is not a good relationship. You fight all the time. You make up to break up. But everybody else knows that this relationship is not working except for you in that relationship. And that's what it is with us right now at Manchester United, is we've realized that people just want to love it for what it is, right? So I think at this point now, people are beginning to realize that it's not sustainable football. All this juju is running out. You know what I mean? Man, it's that villain at Call of Duty, that zombie that can never die. You know, they make Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 Spider-Mans, and that same villain shows up randomly. It's that guy, and that's Ole. And I think at this point now, people are beginning to realize it's done. You know
And
what I mean? We need to move
Josh,
on. But
Josh,
what?
I was saying to Ayo, maybe before we jumped, I was saying when the fans in the stadium start revolting, like in large numbers, that's the tipping point. And I could see that today. The
Yeah,
fans, they interviewed some of them outside the stadium after the match, and they're already saying, "Well, Ole has to go." It gets to a point. When the fans in the stadium are the ones who start leading the revolt, then there's no coming back. And I think it's at that point now because today it was just there's no excuse for what happened today. You can't be 4-0 down at halftime. Fans were leaving at halftime. When does that happen at Old Trafford? That rarely ever happens. Like fans are giving up and like game is over at halftime.
yeah,
When it gets to that point, there's no coming back. And I don't think if he has one more big defeat, I think he's gone. Just one more,
yeah.
he's gone.
And
Let me
I have
take
an
this point.
addition. What
One
I have an
second.
addition. What Josh just said a few years ago. I don't think y'all remember that Clásico that we got five. La manito. We call it la manito, the little hand. Uh, after that game, Barcelona haven't win a Clásico since that game. So
Exactly.
sometimes we need those games. You're probably right, Josh. Because since that day we realized. I mean, even we changed. They sacked. I think who was it? I can't remember who was the head coach during that time. It's when Zidane I think came during that time, and since then everything improved on the Clásico, at least in the Clásico, right? But I consider this Clásico Manchester United Liverpool. So hopefully this will help.
Okay, let me put this comment. This Linger, we have heard you. We know you know United.
Linger.
Hey, enjoy your whatever you're doing. Enjoy your hangouts. Okay. Comments from you. It's okay.
Somebody needs to take a phone. Somebody needs to take a phone.
Please take our phone. I agree. my final thought to this is for me as a United fan though, the sad thing for me is he might not even get sacked. That's the thing. We might go and beat Spurs next week. We pack the balls, get a victory against Spurs. Maybe we lose to City, whatever. Like we lose to Chelsea. We'll make a run and make top four, like second half of the season. He might not get sacked. That's the funny thing, and it's sad because I feel like ownerships win championships. I've been saying this everywhere, every time. Ownerships win championship, especially this version of the Super League, because I think the Premier League is Super League right now. This Premier League is the Super League with the amount of money and resources that everybody has.
Way high.
I think United don't have a chance, like of ever getting close to challenge for title. We don't have a chance if our ownership don't finally start making better decisions, managerial decisions, and people above the manager who are choosing the managers and actually, doing like what all these big clubs do, holding them accountable based on the resources they provide them. Like if I give you X amount of resource this year, this is X amount
But quick question to United fans. So what for you United fans? I know you're saying the owners, but do you think that the expectation of the owners? I don't think it matches the expectation of the fans. I think the owners are just happy for you guys to be in Champions League.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem. They just think, okay, get in the Champions League, get their Champions League money. They don't really care about winning. So that's why you say the owners, their own expectations don't match yours. Yours is for you to win the league, win the Champions League. For them is qualify for the Champions League. We're good. So it's never going to be. I don't think it's going to be improving more than this until the Glazers get kicked out or miracle they get somebody in who does a better job as being director of football. Because at the moment,
I think we have gotten to that point. We have gotten to that point where the interest of the owners cannot even be accomplished by Oli, right? And the owners, and I hear what people are saying about the ownership. I think the real problem is the C-level management of this football club, right? And what I mean by that is, look, if Ed Woodward, and I know he's leaving in December, but if Ed Woodward rings up whatever the Malcolm Glazer or whoever they are, like, yo, Oli gotta go. They're gonna be like, sure, fire him and bring somebody else in. because they don't know enough about football. They will defer to those that are on the ground. They don't even live in England.
Correct.
Right? They don't know enough about football. They will defer to the people who run the club.
You do this regularly. Yeah.
It might be a case of, well, Ed Woodward knows he's leaving in December, but he doesn't want to make a major decision before he leaves. Right? He might want to leave it to the new chief executive who comes in. Either that, or he thinks Oli is the person to lead the club forward. So, but I think at this point it's gotten to that point where I know the conversations are going on in the boardroom. Fabrizio Romano came out the other day and said that the board, as they said something about they still have faith in Oli. They still think he's the right man. There's no active search for a manager for a new manager. As bad as that sounds for us United fans, I actually think that's good. I would have been more worried if they didn't come out to say anything, because they said the same thing before Jose got sacked, right? They said the exact same thing before Jose got
dreaded
sacked.
vote of confidence. They call it the dreaded vote of confidence.
That vote of confidence always comes out before a major decision is made. So I'm happy that they came out to say that, because I know that the conversation is going on in the boardroom. It has to be going on. And if the conversation is already happening in the boardroom, there is only one answer, and it's just a matter of time.
Okay.
I understand Olga and Josh happiness now. I understand now.
Yeah. So
I
guys,
understand why you're happy now.
1 second.
So guys, the Athletic just came out and said the board has to make a decision now on Ole.
Who said
You know
that?
what I mean? This is my buddy TJ. My buddy. He just came from the UK. He's a Liverpool fan.
Oh! You never walk alone. High five. High five. TJ, high five.
You're right. From last season, you guys played amazing. You were second place, and now you guys are playing terrible. You bought Sancho, you got Ronaldo, and you're still doing crap.
Yeah, Varane. They even bought Varane.
TJ, the problem is this. If you have a Formula One car and you put my 6-year-old nephew behind that Formula One car, what is going to happen?
He's not going to do it.
But
Exactly.
to be fair, you can look at Liverpool, right? You got Liverpool. Liverpool last season, everyone judged them because they played terrible. But we were injury prone. We had over 300 games that players were like injury prone, right? But you compare them to Man United. Man United don't even have that many players on it, like who are injured. But you guys are still playing terrible.
Yeah, that's why he's explaining to you that they have a 6-year-old behind the Formula One car wheel. He's at the wheel, but he's a 6-year-old, and that's why they're crashing. So that's why.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like that. But you know what? Like I always said, right? Every result, because we talked about how, we finished third, then we finished second. Everything is about context. It's about context. Like we talk about Liverpool had injuries. City started very slow. Chelsea changed the manager halfway through the season. Still finished. Was it 5 points or 6 points behind us? Liverpool finished 5 points behind us. Give it 1 or 2 more weeks of 2 more games, they could have finished above us. So you're kind of looking, and it's like fans need to look at it from a context basis. It's not just about stats and numbers. You know what I mean? So I'm just, like I said, it's stress-free football right now for me. I'm just happy that people are beginning to catch up. You know what I mean? It's gone boring for me now, because when you're trying to prove your point so much that now you don't have to prove your point anymore. People are following you and saying, you know what, Josh, we understand it. My brother messaged me after the Villarreal game, the Villarreal finals, the Europa League finals. My brother messaged me after that and said, Josh, I officially understand what you mean about Ole. Because people just see the results. Not everyone watches Manchester United. If you're not a Manchester United fan, you're not watching every game, right? Yeah. So you just see the results. We're top of the table. What Bruno Fernandes is scoring goals. We're all happy. You know what I mean? But there's certain games that the world watches, like the Europa League finals. The world watched that. And in certain games, people are watching now and saying, you know what? We're beginning to understand why these guys are upset. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like most teams, even Otto, you would probably take our Manchester United team right now over the current squad you have at Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? But we're not playing to the level as Real Madrid because of who we have in charge. No lies.
No doubt, no doubt,
So
no
yeah, I
doubt.
think it's. I mean, just to wrap it up, and we can talk about man of the match quickly. Uh, it's been 12 games, right? People forget that 12 all competition, 12 or 13 games. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. We played like 12 games in all competition, 3 Champions League games, right? We played 3 Champions
Yeah.
League.
League Cup.
We
League
played
Cup.
one League Cup game, and we've played 7 or 8 league games already. 8 league games.
Nine league games now.
Okay, so it's been what? 30, it's been 13 games. Manchester United have probably had one good game for beginning to end, which was Leeds. Newcastle was half a game. Atlanta half a game. 13. I mean, the data is there. The sample size is already there. 13 games, and even the games we won, we were conceding chance after chance after chance. And I was flagging it. I was flagging in different conversations. I mean, a couple of group chats, a couple of people, and it was almost like, "Oh, are you trying to be negative?" No, I'm like flagging this because over a long period of time, those things average out. Expected goals, there's a reason why all people look into those things. They all average out at the end of the season, and that's where we are. Like the train has arrived now. Everybody's now seeing that. I kept saying it. Ola can back. That comment can back me up. I kept saying we are going to get hiding from somebody very soon because you cannot keep giving up chance after chance after chance like this and just think, oh, we're just going to at the end of the day, Ronaldo header. Oh yeah, Ronaldo last minute goal. No, it's not going.
David De Gea saves. David saves.
No,
They can't keep saving you forever.
Yeah.
I need to keep my money in the Hair Savings Bank.
my man of the match, of course. I mean, I think this is so simple. Salah destroyed us today. It's like we didn't even need to do too much, but just in the moments that matter, his movement, occupying like some simple things. The moments in between, I like to call them the moments in between the moments. He was occupying Maguire. He was playing like a center forward. He was making runs, dragging the defense left and right. The rate of pass for
Salah was stronger than Maguire today.
Ayo and Olga, to give you a little bit more hope, just to confirm, it was in 2018 when Julian Lopetegui had the team, and since that October 18, he was sacked by Santiago Solari. And Santiago Solari did make the change, and after Santiago Solari, Zidane came. So it was like a reaction that the team has to do. That I know and I believe you guys will do good.
We don't have Real Madrid,
but you have to change. Huh?
We don't have Real Madrid board. If this was Florentino Perez, if this was from the start, Perez just bring out the sniper, just like
look, on the Perez at the halftime, he could go down to the dressing room and we'll tell him, dude, just please stay right here and we'll take care of the rest, okay?
The standards are high. So Salah was my man of the match. Although, who was your man of the match?
In this man, Salah.
Okay. Okay, comment. Let's move to Real Madrid now.
No. Let me before you leave Salah, I have to give you guys the updates because every week now is Salah breaking the record update. So today he broke the record for the highest number of goals by an African player in the Premier League.
Yeah,
he scored 107 goals in 167 games.
9.8 his average.
Drogba's record that he broke. Drogba had 104 goals in 254 games. So Salah did it in 87 games quicker. 87 games quicker. Wow. So that's the update for today. And also the first Liverpool player to score a hat-trick at Old Trafford in, I don't know, maybe almost a century or something. So the guys are breaking records every week. It's a pity this form is too late for Ballon d'Or for this year, but we have to see how it goes next year. I don't think it's not in the conversation for Ballon d'Or this year. But next season, if he keeps this up, it should be in the conversation for Ballon d'Or, definitely. So that's your Mo Salah update.
Mo Salah update.
Thank you, our Mo Salah correspondent.
and I think Ola, I think you need to add an extra to Henderson and Keita. The middle is the
Yeah.
heart of the team. If they don't
Yeah.
distribute, look, Ronaldo was waiting for a ball that he never had, ever.
That's why I said
That guy
Man
needs
United
goals.
midfield was
So
non-existent.
four goals because the distribution in the middle works. So
Mhm.
Henderson and Keita
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
Salah, in my opinion.
Sorry guys. So I have to head out. Sorry, man. The shots are waiting. I do apologize. Once again, so much love. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Josh.
the support.
Likewise,
I
brother.
really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
All right,
care.
Thanks.
thank you guys. I really
Thanks.
appreciate it.
See,
All right, take care, guys.
Likewise, brother.
Auto,
bye.
Take care, brother.
Auto, take us away. Tell us about El-Classico. What was your thoughts about the game today? So let's.
El-Clasico, in my opinion, it was supposed to be a little different, but for some reason, Barcelona have been playing ridiculous bad. Today they played bad, but a little better because it was a Clásico. Every single player reactivated when they played the Clásico, and I think I was thinking about like at the beginning they didn't deserve to score a goal, but they looked for it, and again the head coach makes the changes and the substitution at the wrong time. Look at the time that Agüero came and who scored the goal. That guy had to start the game. So in my opinion, after watching the second half, I would have thought the Clásico was gonna be tied because they performed better on the second half. It's bad luck for Barcelona that every time they receive a goal on the early stage of the game, it's hard for them to come back. And Madrid is the advantage of Madrid. If Madrid score a goal at the beginning, it usually take that in advantage. What I didn't like about the Clásico in my Madrid is the way they wasted that time. They were wasting the time. The pretty much all the players they were just trying to kill time, and I didn't like that. Because when you're playing against Barcelona, you have to go with the mentality to score 5 goals as well, because you cannot soften. If you soften and it happened, what happened? Thank God it was at the end of the game, but I was expecting a better Clásico, a better competitive team than Barcelona, but realizing how the Barcelona is right now with all the problems internally and all that affects the players, and they're not knowing if they're gonna be in the next season or who's leaving or who's coming in December or in January in the winter market. I think it's all that goes into their head, and that's why we didn't see a Clásico the way we usually see. We usually see a very good competition of two teams competing for the name, for the
badge.
For the badge, correct? Call it el escudo. I was trying to translate that, but I don't like the way Madrid played today. Ancelotti never made a substitution, and he made it just for safety, a man to man. So and I couldn't understand why Camavinga couldn't be in there. I just cannot believe it. And I said, why not giving him an opportunity? That guy plays better than. I know Casemiro cannot be replaced, but Casemiro was completely bad today. I mean, well, again, saying when the middle is not performing well, don't expect better games.
Correct.
Because when that guy is super activated, he delivered the balls fantastic. Who saved the team today? Who else? Luka Modric. I mean, who can compete with that guy?
Ageless.
It's impossible to see that guy. I mean, 35, I think he is. 35, 36. This is impeccable how he controlled the ball. You see the triangulation that they did, that ball that Benzema missed. he started the play, and it was a triangulation. It's just unbelievable. Pretty much in all the attacks that Madrid did, they all started with Luka Modric, and because of Luka Modric, but he cannot perform like that 90 minutes.
No, he can't
because he's age. So he needs an extra hand. Valverde, he sucked and he got tough. So what that tells you is that the guy was not performing well. So I think we were lucky to win this Classico because of the bad performance. And let's not talk about Vinicius Jr. I mean, I need a consistent. And the guy is good. Don't get me wrong; he's fantastic. But they compare like Ballon d'Or. No, sir.
No.
Not all good.
It's not.
We need something better. We need something better and for you to fight. And Ancelotti was saying at the middle of the week, oh, my players are ready for the match and they know what is a Classico. No, that's what I didn't see that today. I did not see that today. Only the goalkeeper. He was doing his job. I know for sure Courtois did his best, but thanks to Ter Stegen, the Clásico was not larger than what we saw, and thank God for the performance of Luka Modric. But the forward Benzema has to be. I mean, he's good, but with Benzema, Pair, and Vinicius, we should have better results, and I did not see that today at all.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about Hazard? Sorry, is Hazard fit or what's happening with Eden Hazard?
Who? Camavinga is better than that guy. Put it that way. He's not even on the list.
Tacos.
He's not even in the list. Right?
Hazard does.
No,
Hazard does.
I'm sorry, but he's not on Madrid level. I don't know what guy. That guy needs to go back to reactivate. He needs to go back to the Premier League to realize what a competition should be.
I can never understand what happened to
Hazard.
Hazard.
Big mistake Real Madrid did.
I can never understand what happened to Hazard. Hazard is the one player that I was so. In fact, the player I've been the most wrong about, probably my entire history since I've been watching football, telling my friends everything. I almost had a bet with a friend. I said Hazard is going to score. I think that's his first season that he's going to score. I think I said 35 or 30. 35. No, goal and assist, all competition.
Goal and assist. Okay.
Hazard is ridiculous. What I've seen Hazard last 2-3 years now, I still can't believe it.
Didn't they pay more than 100 million for him?
Yeah.
You made a comment, I don't know what they've been waiting. We've been waiting so much for this guy. He should go. He just allowed someone else an opportunity. Because he was on the bench, but he was not on the bench.
Nobody can take his wages. That's the problem. His wages. He has a
his wages are high.
Who's gonna sign him for those wages?
Yeah, his wages are like 300K.
Nobody's gonna sign him for that money. Those wages.
Who's gonna pay that? Who's gonna pay that? For someone who
the same way it was so difficult for us to get rid of Alexis Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same way it's gonna be difficult for you guys to get rid of Hazard. Like nobody's taking him for that.
You guys have to take a hit and like share
just take that L. Just take that.
I need Madrid needs to make money out of this guy and get someone. We need to buy a guy like a killer that we definitely need. Like in Madrid history, we need a killer. Since Ronaldo left, we cannot depend on Benzema because Benzema sometimes is not going to perform like that. He's not Ronaldo at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Haaland. I would like to see more Haaland than Mbappe, in my opinion.
Okay.
Mbappe is with the mentality, and he's messed up. If he comes, fine. But I think Haaland is the best position as a killer that the Madrid needs, because when he plays for his team, he plays for his team.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just we need that player. We need that player, and Hazard needs to leave to get money to the team. I mean, to Madrid, so they can extend it. And a good player that we need and we need an extra defense support, because we have few cracks right there that I don't even want to start talking about that.
Let me talk about Barcelona quickly. I want to talk about Barcelona quickly so we can wrap up this section. And
Go ahead.
I watched part of the game. I think I watched first half for sure. Second half, I wasn't paying attention. It was on, but I was watching the United game mostly, of course. I think like Coleman he did well to stabilize them, playing the kids, all of that. What I'm seeing that he's doing is like last season, it was like Messi, pretty much Messi and vibes. Messi take us home type thing. Now Messi was gone. Beginning of the season, he was doing Memphis Depay and vibes. That's what he was doing. Immediately, Ansu Fati came back. It's almost like everybody just feed the ball to Ansu Fati, let him work his miracle. Feed the ball to Ansu Fati and vibes. I'm like, what are you really trying to do? What are you about, Coleman? Like, what are you really about? It's kind of clear that Coleman, if they want to move forward, even for the building phase, I don't think Coleman is the guy. Because Coleman he might be a good coach for some level, but at this high level, I don't think he's a coach that knows how to integrate players into a system, hide their weakness. He doesn't, I don't think.
Yeah, he already showed you a taste of what kind of coach he is when he was at Everton. What did he do at Everton? So that's how you know that this kind of person, they gave him money. He can't even claim that he didn't spend money because Everton, Everton have been going under the radar. They've spent a lot of money since Moshiri, their new manager, their new CEO, chairman. They spent a lot of money. Coleman spent a lot of money, but didn't do much at Everton. So that's how you know that this guy, he has limits to his abilities too. And I don't know, Barcelona, okay, they're in terrible condition, but I don't think, of course, Coleman can drag them out of where they are at the moment. They can't. He's not that kind of manager,
I think, I know they say they're waiting for Xavi maybe in January or the summer. I think they're best served, in my personal opinion, moving on Coleman now as quickly as they can, bring a temporary manager to when they can bring Xavi or whoever it is.
Is Xavi the solution though?
That's what they're saying. I don't know.
Does he have enough?
Only way they're saying he's as talented as Pep. Who knows? I don't know. That's what they're saying. I don't know anything about Xavi. They say he's mine. He's coaching right now in, I think, Saudi Arabia or somewhere.
Yeah.
They're playing good football. I don't know. Time will tell. Because I think the mistakes we consistently are making as clubs is consistently trying to look for the next Pep and Zidane. Forgetting
I don't think Laporta wants it either. I don't think the president wanted. I don't think he wanted it either.
No, so I think that's what mistakes clubs are just making generally, trying to look for the next Pep and Zidane, forgetting that there's a reason why those guys are that. Those are generational people, in my own personal opinion, especially Pep. Those are generational people that, they are just who they are. Like, find an experienced coach when you are in different level of your progress. That's just my personal opinion. Who was your man of the match, Otto? So we can go to weekly awards.
Luka Modric. Luquita.
Okay.
Luka Modric, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. Is a great player. They put over here David Alaba because he scored the goal, the first goal, and he broke the whole entire strategic point of the opponent of Barcelona. Because from the first early goal, everything changed. You have to change everything. But I think without the support of Luka Modric, that team will not perform the way it performed today. And thanks to them, thanks to him, if both would be together at the same level, him and Casemiro, it would be a higher score than that. But Luka Modric, in my opinion, is, the top of the top. I think his number is 7.3. I think it's too low for that, but this guy is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. That's, in my opinion, is the man of the match.
Probably one of the best, and that's a podcast from that time. I want to do a podcast about midfielders. He's probably one of the best, if not the best. After them, Xavi, of course, and Nesta, those guys retired.
Yeah,
he's probably one of the best central midfielders of the generation.
He's always showing proof of his golden ball, right? He's showing proof of his quality and everything he has at his age. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, at this age. Yeah, it's almost 36 or something now. Yeah,
he's 36. Yeah,
like almost 12 years old. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That guy's just ridiculous.
36 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Hola. Weekly awards. Yep. Kudos, donkey of the week. You do both of them so we can save time.
Okay. Well, kudos of the week. Magic Mo, man of the moment, Egyptian king. He's building pyramids everywhere. He goes to every stadium and he's just erecting pyramids everywhere. It's just
Oh,
throwing goal after goal after goal. Assists too today. Another assist for him today. So people that keep saying he's selfish, okay, well, when somebody's getting that many assists, I don't know how you can tell me that he's selfish. So yeah, definitely going to get my kudos of the week. 5-star performance today, and it's just unstoppable. Donkey of the week. Ooh, wow. I don't know. I'll probably go with I'll I won't I'll go with Ole, but not because of what's happened today,
Mhm.
because of his comments. I don't know whether that comment was last week. The comment about Rashford, about telling Rashford focus on football, man, that's shocking. I think it was last week, but I'll carry it over to this week. Donkey of the week, and I'm happy how Rashford responded. Rashford didn't go on social media. Rashford did his talking on the pitch.
Yeah.
Scored. I think he scored two goals. Two
yeah.
goals after that. You can't tell. It's really annoying. There was one article I read about when somebody was analyzing. How can you be telling somebody focus on football? Are you telling me footballers shouldn't do anything else in their life? It's just a bad comment. There's no other way to say it. It's like shut up and dribble, basically. Shut up and dribble. And that's, as a black man, that always has a negative connotation when you're telling them focus on that because your brain is not big enough to handle other things. That's basically what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
So not because he lost to Liverpool today, but for that comment, it went down in my estimation, and it's my donkey of the week.
Okay. Uh, Ogakwama, kudos and donkey of the week.
Um, kudos. My God. How many times have I come on here and given Mohamed Salah kudos of the week? It pains me every time. And to start like at this, and the thing is, Salah did not even. I mean, he played well, but he didn't
Yeah,
do the magic. He didn't do the Manchester City magic. He didn't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
do it. He
He
didn't
didn't have to.
because I really was scared for Maguire because I'm like, if Salah is turning Bernardo Silva and Ruben Neves and everybody else's father, imagine what he will do to the fridge. But he didn't even have to do that today. So, but also, breaking the record for goal scorer by an African in the Premier League, that's major. That is mad major. Congratulations to him for that. Kudos of the week as well. Watford, man, Watford and Ranieri coming back and beating what's his name, Benitez 5-2. Donkey of the week. It has to go to one place and one place only, and it has to go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And unlike Ola, I'm including what he did today as part of it. I just saw some quotes that came out, and he said after the game, he said that they asked him about whether his job is in danger. It's like, well, we've come too far now to give up. Now we should have given up on you 2 years ago. That's what we should have done. Yes, you've come too far because you should have been gone 2 years ago. The guy keeps making comments that make him look like he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's beginning to unravel. Another reason he gets donkey of the week, of course, shut up and dribble. Will not. I mean, focus on football. Shut up and dribble. Same thing. We'll never forget that. He got donkey for that one last week, but yes, transfer it to this week. Another thing is the other thing he said about the fans. Having pretty much telling the fans to stay in their place and not complain about the football they're seeing. For me, that is proud. That's just like Ollie has so much pride for somebody who has achieved nothing in his life as a manager. So donkey of the week all the way. And at this point, he's shooting for donkey of the season.
Guaranteed for you, for sure.
Otto.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get two donkeys of the week in Madrid. I don't know, man. It's just Vinicius Junior, man. He just come on, man. He can do better than that. You need to keep that consistent because you in the lens of the world, you have to perform every day, especially in El Classico. In my opinion, that is in Madrid side, and I was trying to, I will keep it like that. Just the defense.
Oh, Otto, we can't hear you.
We can hear
We
you.
lost your audio, Otto.
We lost your audio.
He has to mute.
Unmute yourself. Okay. Talk.
You
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
What did you say? We lost your audio again. No.
No. Can't hear you.
You want to go out and come back in? No.
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 Still can't hear you. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
Okay. It came back. All of a sudden, my mic. So I will say with Vinicius in the Madrid side, and over here in the Manchester in the Premier League, I won't leave all the way into the head coach Soldier. The performance of Maguire, man, goodness. I mean, you can do better than that, man. He's a better player, man. He's a different level, brother.
Yeah.
You have to perform better than that, man. I mean, you have to sweat it, buddy.
Thank
If
you.
you're in the back, you have to support your goalkeeper. So, and he's a leader, and he's
He's
a
the captain.
veteran.
He's the
And he's
captain.
supposed to give the example to the rest of the guys, and he's not. How many times you see the camera pointing at that guy? Many through the whole game.
The whole game,
And
yeah.
every single goal, everything goes through him because Liverpool realized, okay, this guy is not performing well. We're not gonna go through him. So I think it's that, and I agree with you too, the head coach, but the player has to do their part too, in my opinion.
Kudos.
And the kudos, definitely Salah is unbelievable, and in Madrid side, Luka Modric.
Okay.
Kudos for both of those guys. Amazing.
For everyone watching, we're coming to the end. I'm going to say mine for sure, but like, share, subscribe to our stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you guys for joining. But let me say mine before everybody goes. I think my kudos goes to Mo Salah, of course. He's playing at like world player Ballon d'Or like nomination level, because I can't say elite anymore. He's been elite for 4 years, but now he's playing at the complete player, like pretty much a complete package: passing, dribbling, decision making. For me, I always go decision making. Decision making is what separates personally for so many years. Messi, when CR7 was at top of his career, all those guys from everybody else. Decision making. So Salah, soft to mention, Josh King hat trick during the comeback. He scored a hat trick. His goal scoring is one of the hardest. He scored a hat trick. So I'll give him kudos for that. My donkey of the week, of course, Solskjaer gets it. Manchester United as a management, as an organization, as a franchise, for letting it and not for just wasting resources. Because that's how I look at it. I want to look at the board level. We're just wasting resources. You spent 500 million under someone, and to probably change it, we're going to have to spend another 200 million. We're going to have to undo some of his mistakes, signing mistakes. We're going to have to undo some of it. That's what I'm starting to see now. We're going to have to undo some mistakes.
Yeah.
So we're just organizationally, we've not learned from our mistakes. We're just wasting resources. My final donkey of the week goes to class of 92. Gary Neville, and especially Gary Neville and Rio.
Yes.
I'm tired of the class of 92 doing this. Is not the old boys club association. This is not if you are going to be pundits that gets paid money based on viewers, be honest to your viewers.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. So I'm not saying nobody's asking for you to go on air and say Solskjaer should be sacked. I'm not asking for that. I get that. You are trying to some level of etiquette and decorum. But if you are going to be so vehemently against players, because I remember 3 years ago, we're at this point, Gary Neville was name dropping Paul Pogba on his Twitter, was going directly at players, was name dropping Martial, was doing all these things that they should not be in the team. For some, just show some decency for once in your life, Gary Neville. I'm going to be very direct. Show for once in your life, show some decency and criticize the manager. Yeah. If you're going to criticize Glazers and criticize players, fine. Criticize Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's not good enough. He has hit his thing a long time ago. Be honest with yourself and stop hitting and beating the ball around the bush like, oh, they are not compact. That hard-working thing annoys me a lot because there's a lot of connotations behind it. say our Manchester United team is not hardworking. Why are they not hardworking? The players
Exactly.
they just decide to choose, I'm not going to be hardworking and get all this abuse on social media. They are not getting coached properly. So for me, Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand joined them last week. I've always liked him for a while, but I've seen he's starting to toe the line.
He's starting to toe the line, yes. I thought it was a real one.
What we're going to do. He's starting to toe the line. Be honest to your viewers. You get paid a lot of money for being legends, to speak about the game. Some of them, they say what they good. Gary Neville especially does good analysis, especially when he talks about other teams. When it comes to Manchester United, for some reason, he just won't toe the party line.
And it's weird because like
that's my donkey of the week.
Yeah, and it's weird because like this, like you said, this is somebody who has chosen a profession in the media. Yeah. That's how he earns his living. Correct. Like people like David Beckham, I have no beef with David Beckham. The man doesn't care about media. Nicky Butt, he doesn't care, right? Ryan Giggs, I mean, he's just a molester. But this guy is on camera every day, criticizing the top, and he's criticizing the players at the bottom, but refuses to criticize what's in the middle.
And what's so funny is, and just end this is, he's claiming, oh, I'm not going to call a manager. Yes, you never called for LVG or Mourinho, but the tapes are there. He was very critical of the tactics. This is Manchester United. We should not be playing like this. We should attack. I've never heard him saying this. Be honest to yourself. You know, our class of 92 legend need to be honest yourself, and they need to compartmentalize. It's very simple. You are legends for what you've done. Solskjaer is a legend of United, at least to me. Some people don't agree. He's a legend of Manchester United, but compartmentalize. As a manager, criticize his coaching. It's as simple as that. You know, that's what I want to get off my chest. Because they're like, guy never gets a lot of pass for this thing. He's attacking Pogba, attacking his agent, attacking everybody every time. But when it comes to the manager, all of a sudden he has principles and he doesn't like
very conveniently.
Him and Rio Ferdinand are on Twitter now going at people, calling people eggheads because they're calling them out. They don't want to be called out. Be honest, you're a human being. Be honest with yourself. All these people, all these homosexuals, whatever they call themselves, you know, they should be honest with themselves. And like most of them, that's why when I talk, a lot of people I just likes to troll. I pay attention before I open my mouth. They are pretty much acting like the Jose fanboys now. All of them, for me, they're the same. The same philosophy. It's just they only care about being right. If they truly care about the club, a lot of them realize that some of the things they were saying was just absolutely nonsense.
Yeah, they have the same philosophy. They have the same philosophy.
They are defending social on top of nonsense, absolute nonsense, and they've defended it for a long time. They should look at themselves and be honest with themselves. That's all I'm going to say again. Thanks everyone for joining.
It gets better, guys. It gets better. Don't worry. 30 years. Don't worry. In 30 years' time, it gets better.
Ayo, your dream is coming true very soon, buddy.
Oh,
in 30 years' time. Don't worry.
Your dream is coming true. Great to see you guys. Thank you for the invite. Great, man.